Hey everybody, welcome back to the beautiful world of Aora. Let's continue Tamwen's adventures. She was on her way to Anslog's Compass to do a favor for a nice pregnant lady in Gilded Vale. We have arrived here at the seashore. You can hear the cries of seagulls, and there appear to be two fishermen, maybe, standing here by a tide pool. They're breathing harshly, clearly winded, and they look up nervously as you approach.
Hail and well met.
The woman says, "If you're here to fish as we were, stranger, you'll want to avoid the compass proper." She points to the southeast, and her companion says, "A lot of ships wind up spread across the rocks here, so we didn't think much of the wreckage. Until we heard something. A terrible noise. I thought maybe it was a survivor, but he wasn't alive. Moving, but not truly alive. It was awful." So when you try to leave this conversation, battle starts automatically. This is why I moved them over to the left side, because these two will actually join the battle, and if you don't manage to engage the xaurips first, they can get slaughtered, which is, not too important to the plot, but it's just a little unnecessary. I can see that I haven't disabled per rest abilities in Durance's AI. I'll do that in just a second. The fisherman says, "Gods, what a mess. Thank you for your help, stranger." And then they wander off unharmed. Thank goodness. I've definitely had situations where both of those guys got slaughtered. And it's just so sad and unnecessary. Okay, so Durance, we want to address your AI situation. We want you to have healing class behavior. Do not use per rest abilities. Only I get to decide when you use those. And we'll have you be defend self. Alright. Let's go into our scouting formation with Tamwen taking the lead. They said that they saw walking corpses to the southeast, so let's start at the northwest, shall we? She's not actually any better at stealth than her companions, but she does have really good mechanic skill, and that's why I have her scout in front, even though her stealth isn't better yet. That way, if there are any traps, she will spot them before they spring and kill everyone in the party. But here, there are no traps to worry about, just 3 xaurips, no priests or anything, so this should be a pretty straightforward battle. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try to use caution. We'll make sure he engages all 3 of them. You can see that by the little red chain marks between them. That means he's engaged them. And that means it's safe for everybody else to come out and do their thing. Tamwen is going to shoot from stealth, actually, because she gets a bonus for that. Off can do his little per encounter spell thingy. What's that called again? Arcane Assault. Boom.
Let's have.
They always interrupt their own battle cries. Sounds a little silly. So we're apparently in Xaurip country out here. There's a little tribe of Xaurips living here, which, by the way, lore-wise means that somewhere nearby there must be an elder dragon of some sort that they worship. Each tribe has their own dragon that they worship as a god. And they take care of its little offspring, and they sometimes sacrifice their own tribe members to feed the dragon. And, yeah, it's a whole thing. What have we here? You find yourself facing a towering Almawa woman. Her skin is the warm gold brown of a dying sunset, with pale fish-white patches at throat and hands.
Hail and well met.
She regards you calmly, evidently unsurprised to find you here at the edge of her camp by the water. Have you come for medicines and craftworks, or to share the fire? She gestures to the large cauldron nearby. Tamwen looks over to her right and says, "What's that Xaurip doing here?" "Who, Tana? He helps me gather ingredients, work the cauldron, things like that. He's been quite a help around here." The Xaurip lets out a rattling chirp and bares its teeth in what you guess is intended to be a cheerful expression. Tamwen says, "Avra sent me here. She says that you know some way to ensure that her child is not a hollowborn." "Ah, more of Lord Radric's frightened flock. I know what she's speaking of. I imagine she's somewhat desperate sending you out here for her. She gave you payment, I expect?" "Whatever it is, you keep it. I don't need coin. I need you to do something for me instead." She points inland. "There's a Xaurip tribe to the northeast led by one of their priests. Tana was exiled from there some time ago, and their scouts still lurk about this place, waiting for an opportunity to end his life." The Xaurip lets out a rattling squawk, head drooping. "One day I will have to go for supplies, and I will come back to find my assistant slain. How will I help anyone then?" She shakes her head. "You rid me of this nuisance, and I will do what I can for Avra. And throw in something for you, too." Tamwen says, "Can't I just give you some copper instead?" Ranga laughs quietly. "Funny thing about moving out here, copper coins don't seem half as useful as they used to. Now favors, that I can appreciate. Do this for me, and you can keep your coin. You will find I'm much more willing to trade than the Xaurips are." The interesting thing about her name, I didn't actually learn until I played the second game.
Well met.
Ranga is,
Hello.
in the language of the Almawa, it means like chief or even king. Ranga Nui is the name of their the king in Rauatai, which is where the coastal Almawa are from. She's actually an island Almawa, but we're going to learn more than you ever wanted to know about Almawa in the next game. Anyway, I just find it amusing that her name is basically chief or queen, kind of. Either her mother was very optimistic or she's acquired a nickname. I am just selling basically everything that is not fine or higher quality. We are much more in need of copper than we are 1,000 crummy weapons. It's easiest to do a quick sell if you sort everything by item type, as I have done above. You can see there. All these little books that I've picked up, some of them sell for coins, some of them don't. I never really know in advance. So I just pick up everything. And there's no use for any hides that you pick up, so they can all be sold. So yeah, I just wanted to clean out our inventory a bit. That can be sold. These were meant to go into stash, but sometimes it's a little difficult to pay attention to where everything's going. He's picked up some various alcohol and drugs which have both beneficial effects and penalties at the same time. And I'm one of those people, it's just sort of like, if it's complicated, I don't really want to worry about it. So I always sell any alcohol or drugs that I find. I'm just virtuous that way. I'm a teetotaler in this game. Well, and in real life too, but, you know, that's beside the point. Okay, so we're looking for a Xaurip tribe. We see some Xaurips here. I don't know if these are the ones we're looking for or not. This is a bit of a choke point here, and so even if Adair tries to sneak past this narrow part, he never gets far enough that any other melee guy could get in beside him to hit them at once. But the cool thing about Durance's staff that he uses, actually any quarterstaff, it's long enough that you can actually reach it from behind the melee guy. It makes Durance and Adair kind of a nice little duo in a situation like this. So this did not appear to be most of the tribe, just a couple of stragglers that were down here by this cave doing who knows what. Let's see what's in the cave. Back to scouting. So we're in a cave now, and we're about to encounter some examples of a whole new category of creature. This category is called Primordials. These are things that are alive but do not seem to have any intelligence beyond that of plant life. These are little mushroom guys called Sporelings. They are the immature version of something called a Dank spore that we will see later. For now, we're just gonna kill these little guys. Let's do his little per encounter healy thing. This one is trying to get around behind Durance, and that's just rude. Let's focus on him.
I fear we've lost the angry one.
The angry one. Aleph has already noticed that Durance is of a rather grumpy disposition.
And that's how it's done.
I was not paying full attention. That's my bad. But, you know, if anybody's going to die, it should be Durance. You may not understand why I say that just yet, but as you get to know him, you'll understand. All right, Durance, get up. Dust yourself off. So here's the wild thing about Sporelings and Dank spores. These guys are, as you can probably tell, sort of fungus life forms. The little Sporelings, they walk around until they find a dying person, and then they extend little tendrils into the body, and they feed off not only its flesh, but its soul essence. A mature dank spore like this has enough soul essence just infused into its flesh that the dank spores can be useful to alchemists and things. As you can see, they also have the ability to confuse people. I believe we talked about the confused state before. Durance is gonna actually, hopefully, unconfuse Adair for a minute so that he can actually tank for us. Okay, suppress Affliction ought to do it. Unfortunately, they're not close enough together for Durance to get them both. Be unconfused, Adair. Okay, and now we can try this again. Now, despite this thing being stationary, Adair can actually knock it prone with his knockdown, so hopefully that'll keep it from throwing confusing spores at the rest of us. Let's also try to flank it if we can. There we go, it's flanked.
Very helpful.
And it's about to go down. Oh, it's such a lovely little creature. But yeah, I did not realize at first and found it fascinating when I learned how these things feed. Moss and mold cover the bones like a blanket. They smell earthy and wet. So that must have been some more of its previous feeding. Here's a fairly fresh corpse it was feeding on. And just some random loot. Some cave coral that we can use to make things with later. Alright, I think that's about all we can get out of this little cave here. So we're going to head further northeast and try to wipe out that Xaurip tribe. Spoiler alert, we will not be finding the giant dragon that they worship, so that's a good thing. Hidden in the sand, a semi-precious stone, and a page from Fulvano's travels, if you would like to read that. We'll just take that with us in case it sells for some coppers. Alright, let's go back into stealth mode as we make our way up through here, because I'm not sure exactly where the Xaurips appear. You can definitely see signs of their activity, all these very large drake skulls. Another stash with a semi-precious stone and another page from Fulvano's travels for you to read if you like. Those are scattered all over the various zones in this area, but this one has the most of them. If possible, I would like to separate out a member or two of this Xaurip tribe and get them to attack us. Not all at once.
Leave it to me!
Alright, that's one little guy down. Let's see if we can get anybody else to come singly or in pairs. I think we're probably going to get the whole rest of the group now. Yep. Okay. So, here is the priest. He's going to be casting all kinds of nasty spells on us, unless we do something about that. And this is what I like to use Thrust of Tattered Veils for. I don't think we're going to reach him in time because Allah's too far away, but when he does, it'll help disrupt the casting and keep him from just casting spell after spell at us. Adair's got his knockdown. Durance, you can come up here and start smacking things too. And Tamwen is still in stealth. Let's see if I can get a stealth shot at the priest. She does not seem to be attacking.
I shall deal with this one.
Come on, Tamwen, shoot. Alright. We're going to need some healing here, so first, let's do the per encounter group heal thing. Because that priest is a real pain in the butt. And then maybe some, like, support spells here. We'll do Armor of Faith. Got enough room to hit all of us with it.
Mow it.
Okay. Ranged guys. This one's almost dead, so let's focus on him. I have Alaf do something a little fancier here. I wonder. Nah, let's Minoleta's minor missiles. They are very minor, but it's hard to go wrong with those. They can't hit your allies, so that's what I like about them. Because I am not super skilled with aiming AoEs with any precision. As your character's intelligence gets higher, you get a larger border between the area of your AoE that is safe for your allies and then where it hurts everybody. And that's really helpful. But right now we're still kind of early in the game and AoE can get a little difficult. some ingredients and things here. Oh, another thing buried in the sand. This time we have a priest scroll, which I'm going to give directly to our priest. And the rest of this can go in stash to be distributed. Actually, no wait, I'm going to give that endurance potion to Alof, our little paper guy, little paper doll. So fragile. Okay.
I shall be discreet.
Just checking out among their little huts here in case there's any cool loot hidden, but there doesn't seem to be. Now, Tamwen is kind of curious about the corpses to the southeast. She can't help it. She's just a little kitty cat. So we're going to stop and rest because some of our guys' health bars are looking a little yellow. And then we're going to head down and see if there are actually walking corpses down there. Oh, and it's nighttime now, so it'll be extra spooky for corpse hunting. Oh, another body and another page from Fulvano's travels, which I should be nice and let you read if you would like to. This is actually Fulvano's letter. And then here was the other one, if you didn't see that before. That's what the pause button is for, my friends. Okay, luckily there's only one, but let's run away so that Adair is in the back now, see? And he is going to knock this thing down. Ghoul. You'll notice the category says Vessel. This is where priests really shine. That burning holy radiance thing damages vessels extra much. What is a vessel, you may ask? I'm going to tell you. A vessel, the easiest way to think of it is it is something that contains a soul, but should not. So, literally, it's a vessel. There's a soul inside it that is not organically meant to be there. Undead is probably the largest subcategory of vessel that you'll see. An undead is a corpse that has a soul in it that is animating it, but it's not quite attached properly. So there's various issues that go along with that, and we'll find out a lot more about that later. I know I say that a lot, but I like to give you little previews of things, and then, you know, when they come up later, they're a little bit more meaningful. Right now, this is just random. We have a random encounter with some undead on the beach. I'm going to be very careful here because, as you can see, there is another one over here that I want to see if I can avoid dragging into the battle with us. And then we can just pick him off by himself. So I want everybody to run over this way so that they don't get the attention of the other guy. Alright, now that we have multiple vessels, this would be a great time for a Holy Radiance to burninate them. Might as well just use all our per rest stuff. Can we blind a ghoul? It doesn't say it's immune to blinded, so let's blind it. Boy, Tamwen just takes forever with that pistol of hers. What are you doing, Tamwen? Shoot. There we go. I knew you could do it. Come on, tough guy. There you go. Down you go. And now we get a little break before we take on the other one to regenerate our endurance and also to go, what the heck just happened? What the heck did just happen? Why are they here? I'm going to give you a tiny hint, and I'm not going to say any more. I'm just going to show you the world map here. And this will all make a lot more sense later, but I'm just giving you a little hint of things to come. A box with random loot. Okay, now let's finish off that last ghoul, and then we can head back to Ranga. Maybe replenish our camping supplies, because she did have a little store with various things for sale. Oh no, run, Tamwen, run. Don't let it see you. We want it to see Adair. Oh, there's two of them. So yeah, I'm glad we didn't drag them into that other battle. There we go. Engage them both. Then we bring in Durance. I have just this whole rhythm that I do for the order of how people get involved. Okay, we're still in stealth, so we're going to try to shoot from stealth. If she will cooperate. There we go. There's my girl. And now we focus fire until they're dead. Actually, let's do one little holy radiance. Since we're dealing with vessels, I would be remiss not to burninate them. All right. And now at long last we can get what we came for. And I think we've killed everything on this map, so we don't need to be stealthy anymore. We can just run back. I'm zooming out a little to give you more of a view of the landscape. My controller battery is once again almost out. I don't know what's going on with my charger. I swear they used to last longer than this. Oh, wrong way. I don't know if you're noticing, if you're mostly just listening, but this is some gorgeous art. The way the light shimmers on the water, and the music is so cool. The bells sound, I love it.
Hail and well met.
Ranga says, "Is it done? Am I rid of the interminable squawking of the xaurips?" "Scream," says Tana. "Oh, Tana, I didn't mind yours." Tamwen tells her they're all dead, and we get some potions. She says, "I'll get started on the mixture, but I need one more ingredient, some spores from the creatures in that cave there. Luckily, we have them already, so we can just give them to her." And she mixes up a potion for us. She says, tell her to drink it before bed. It induces sleep, and she'll find herself more energetic in the mornings. It's going to grant her strength. And then Tamwen says, "Wait, I thought this was a cure." "I can tend to ailments of the body. I cannot cure an affliction of the soul. Certainly not one inflicted by the gods. I've explained many times. People will believe what they want. So let her believe. Perhaps that will help. Faith is a powerful thing. In the meantime, she will feel much improved, and if her child should not be claimed by the legacy, it will be born healthy. That I promise." And Tamwen says, "Fine. I'll be going then." She doesn't really care. She got paid, and Ranga didn't take her money, so she got to keep it. So she's happy about that. And, yeah, since my controller is running low on battery, and also, it's been a while, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next time we're going to head back to Gilded Vale again, and we're going to check out a couple more things there, and then some drama in Gilded Vale is going to come to a head. And Tamwen will decide what, if anything, she wants to do about that. Off we go to Gilded Vale. It'll take her 10 hours, and it'll take us until next episode.